Well, hello there. Greetings, fellow friends and relatives. My name is Marva Idris, and yes, as you all know, that these days I'm focusing more in potato production, just because I've realized that farming is a business. Well, today we are going to be talking about caring for the crop, and what you've got to know is caring for the crop is what you've got to pay attention to most, and believe it or not, a dream doesn't just come to reality through magic. You have to understand that, and it only takes sweet determination and hard work. Yes, hard work. Yes, you've got to keep that in mind. Today I'm going to be talking about the healing potatoes. Yeah, well, healing potatoes is a must. And when I say healing, I don't mean healing as in the healing process, as in curing, no, but as in piling. So what does healing does to do with potatoes? Well, healing is a critical part of growing potatoes. It's simply avoiding the potato tubers getting exposed to sunlight for a long time, because if they does or if they do so, the potato tubers will go green. They will turn green. Yeah, and producing a toxic compound called solanine, which will make them bitter, inedible, and potentially nausea-inducing. Wow, you don't want your potatoes to be like that, because they've got to be delicious in the end. You see. To combat this, we simply employ this healing technique. Um, um, as the potatoes grow, as the potato plant grows, it produces a main stem leaves with flowers on the upper ground. Meanwhile, underground tubers form a secondary stem that branches off from the main stem to prevent shallow from to prevent shallow tubers from being exposed to sunlight, and to encourage the plant keep on producing more tubers. um, a few inches of soil um, are periodically healed. We've got to help the crop, in as much as it will be stemming down uh, under the ground, underground. We also should be helping them by periodically healing up a few inches of soil, and this is typically done 3 or 4 times during the season, right? Let me say this. uh, there are so many ways of, you know some people say there are many ways of skinning a mongoose. So is this process. We would You wouldn't want to do this healing process during the day, because early in the morning the plants will be at their tallest, but during the heat uh, of the day, plants start dropping. I'm sure you've come across this process. Yeah, and you also need to maintain the moisture, especially especially from the time when sprouts appear until several weeks they blossom. Um, the plants need 1 or 2 inches of uh, water per week. If water is too much, like if you water your plants too much after planting, and not enough as the tubers start growing and start forming, the tubers will become misshapen. If you have seen the potatoes that have different funny shapes, it's because of that. Even like the crack like things, you have to take note of that. Yes. Let me remind you again, farming is a business. It's not a way of life, but it's business. If you want this, you can get it. Why not become your own boss? Lastly, the healing should be done And the last healing, the last healing should be done before the potato plants bloom, when the above ground part of the plants is at least a foot tall. Yeah, that's the best period of doing the last healing. And also, to end this, always practice plant rotation. Plant rotation, you wouldn't want to do this in a dumb way, but plant rotation is very simple. um, this season you grow potatoes, next season try maybe peas, or try maybe beans, something like that. Yes, it actually helps. And the other thing, when you are growing potatoes, avoid growing them near tobacco or tomatoes. Why? Because these crops are in the same family and they actually share um, the same diseases. So you wouldn't want to suffer more. You have got to practice uh, best agronomical practice. You have to imply best agronomic practices, and you have to seek information before you do anything. Hey, ndiyabonga kakhulu. Thank you very much for your time. Again, my name is Marva Idris in the agriculture.